On the banks of the Nile River in Egypt, where the sands of time have whispered tales of pharaohs and pyramids, there existed a city called Alexandria. It was here in this city that once epitomized the fusion of East and West, that the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt, Cleopatra, held the key to a destiny that would shape not just the fate of her kingdom, but also the course of the Mediterranean world. But who was Cleopatra? What were her ambitions, and what kind of a person was she? Let's find out, and don't forget to subscribe. The year is 51 BC, and the Eastern Mediterranean is a sea of change. The great empires are bracing for a clash of titans. In Rome, Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, is sharpening his ambitions. In Alexandria, Ptolemy XII and Cleopatra, the last pharaohs of Egypt, are tied in a complex web of duty, ambition, and desire. And somewhere in the deserts of Arabia, a new player is stirring, a cunning queen named Zenobia, whose ambitions stretch far beyond the dunes of the desert. In the heart of it all stands Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Born into a dynasty that traced its lineage back to Alexander the Great, she was no ordinary ruler. At the age of 14, she ascended to the throne, not alone, but alongside her father, Ptolemy XII, forming a ruling partnership that would define the twilight years of the Egyptian kingdom. But Cleopatra was not content with merely sharing the throne. She desired power in her own right, a desire that would eventually lead her to cross paths with Roman general Mark Antony. Their meeting was nothing short of legendary, orchestrated by Cleopatra herself to ensure Antony's arrival in Alexandria. When he finally appeared on the shores of Egypt, it was in the form of a goddess, a vision that was not merely a product of chance, but the result of careful planning on Cleopatra's part. As their paths intertwined, so did their fates. However, the story of their romance was not without its challenges. Political pressures, family rivalries, and the complexities of their respective worlds threatened to tear them apart. But their bond was a powerful one, and they navigated these treacherous waters with a combination of wit, charm, and sheer determination. Theirs was a love that defied boundaries, cultures, and even the limitations of mortality. Together, they ruled over Egypt, indulging in the luxuries the kingdom provided while plotting strategies to maintain their hard-won power. But their story was not to last. As the wheels of fate turned, so did the tides of war and power, leading to a tragic end for both Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Betrayed by Octavian, their downfall was swift and brutal. Cleopatra, refusing to surrender to her enemies, chose instead to meet her end on her own terms, utilizing the legendary bite of an Egyptian snake to end her life. Her death was a spectacle of tragedy, a grand finale to a remarkable tale of love, loss, and power. But as the curtain fell on Cleopatra's story, a new dawn was breaking over Egypt. The kingdom, once a beacon of the ancient world, was now on the brink of a new chapter, one that would see it fall under the dominion of Rome. Cleopatra's legacy, however, lived on, not only in the annals of history, but also in the hearts and minds of those who had loved and lost her. Her story became a timeless tale of passion and resilience, a beacon of light in the darkness of ancient times. Now let's take a look at the world map. Starting from Egypt, we'll zoom out to get a broader perspective. To the west of Egypt lies the mighty Roman Empire, a sprawling expanse of land that had already tasted the fruits of conquest and expansion. The empire's tentacles reached far and wide, encompassing territories that were as diverse as they were vast, from the rolling hills of Italy to the bustling cities of Greece and the fertile lands of North Africa. Its influence was not just territorial, but cultural and political as well. Rome's legions were renowned for their discipline and strength, ensuring that the empire's borders remained secure. But it was Rome's cultural contributions, its language, its law, and its art that truly made it a force to be reckoned with. The Pax Romana, the Roman peace, was a testament to the stability and prosperity that the empire offered, making it a beacon of civilization in a world that was often chaotic and uncertain. However, as we move east from Egypt, we encounter the Seleucid Empire. This vast realm once stretched from the eastern shores of the Mediterranean to the borders of India. Its heartland lay in the fertile valleys and bustling cities of the Near East. The Seleucids, named after their founder Seleucus I Nicator, were renowned for their administrative efficiency and cultural syncretism, blending Greek customs with local traditions. Their empire, though vast, faced numerous challenges, including internal rebellions and external threats from rising powers such as the Parthians. Despite these challenges, the Seleucids left an indelible mark on the regions they ruled, introducing new agricultural techniques, promoting trade, and establishing centers of learning that became beacons of knowledge in the ancient world. Moving further east, we come across the Indo-Greek kingdom, a realm where the fusion of Eastern and Western cultures resulted in a unique synthesis of art, religion, and philosophy. This kingdom, which emerged during the 3rd century BCE, was the product of Alexander the Great's campaigns and subsequent encounters between Greek and Indian cultures. The Indo-Greeks were known for their artistic brilliance, evident in their coinage and sculptures, which depicted a harmonious blend of Greek realism and Indian mythology. Their patronage of arts and learning fostered a golden age of cultural exchange, leaving behind a legacy that transcended the boundaries of time and civilizations. As we continue our journey, we stumble upon the Kushan Empire, a Central Asian realm that played a pivotal role in shaping the ancient world. Flourishing during the 3rd century CE, the Kushan Empire, with its capital at Peshawar, was a melting pot of cultures, home to people of Persian, Greek, Scythian, and native Central Asian descent. Under the reign of Kanishka the Great, the empire expanded, ushering in a period of stability and prosperity. It was during the Kushan era that Buddhism flourished, taking root in India and spreading its message of enlightenment far and wide. The empire's strategic location along the Silk Roads facilitated trade and cultural exchange, making it a hub of economic activity and intellectual discourse. As we venture further into Central Asia, we encounter the Xiongnu, a nomadic confederation that posed a significant challenge to the expanding Chinese empire. The Xiongnu, known for their equestrian skills and military prowess, resisted the attempts of various Chinese dynasties to subdue them. Their tactics, often employing guerrilla warfare, proved effective against the larger Chinese forces. The conflict with the Xiongnu had a profound impact on Chinese history, contributing to the construction of the Great Wall of China as a defensive measure and influencing the development of military strategies and alliances in the region. As we traverse the vast landscapes of the ancient world, we encounter yet another formidable force, the Parthian Empire. Emerging in the 3rd century BCE, the Parthians established their capital at Ctesiphon, a city that stood as a symbol of their cultural fusion between East and West. Renowned for their cavalry and mastery of archery, the Parthians were formidable opponents on the battlefield. Their strategic acumen and ability to adapt to diverse terrains allowed them to hold their ground against the mighty Roman Empire. The Parthian Empire served as a vital link between the East and West, facilitating trade and cultural exchange along important trade routes. Finally, our journey brings us to the Kingdom of Aksum, located in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. This trading kingdom, situated along the Red Sea coast, played a crucial role in the ancient world's economy. Aksum's strategic location made it a pivotal hub for the import of goods from Arabia and the Mediterranean world. These imports ranged from spices and incense to ivory and precious stones. The wealth generated through trade contributed significantly to the power and prestige of the Aksumite rulers, allowing them to build monumental structures like the monolithic stelae, standing as silent sentinels to this day. As we conclude our tour of the ancient world map, we realize that this era was a tapestry woven with the threads of cultural exchange, conflict and conquest. Each kingdom and empire had its unique contribution to make to the grand narrative of human history. From the towering heights of Roman ambition to the serene wisdom of Buddhist teachings, from the nomadic resilience of the Xiongnu to the architectural marvels of Aksum, the ancient world was a stage where civilizations danced their unique roles. If you enjoyed this adventure through time, I have more exciting journeys planned. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button to join me on this incredible expedition. Thanks for watching. See you soon in the next video.